You've been told that skipping breakfast every day is the golden ticket to losing weight. But what if I told you that exact routine, the one you strictly follow, is actually the biological reason your belly fat refuses to budge? We are going to fix that today. The reality is that for those of us in our prime years, the advice that worked in our 30s, or the strategies used by fitness models, simply do not apply to our changing biology. It is not about a lack of discipline. It is about biology pushing back. When we try to force our bodies into a rigid routine without understanding the hormonal signals we are sending, we hit a wall. The weight stops moving, energy levels crash, and we are left feeling frustrated and confused. Today, we are going to explore 5 specific insights that will completely change how you approach your health. We will move from the foundational habits you might already know to the advanced, game-changing revelations that actually shift your hormones and restart a stalled metabolism. We will discuss why your daily routine might be raising your stress hormones, how to truly activate cellular repair, and we will uncover the one specific strategy that shocked researchers with its ability to aggressively melt visceral fat. I need you to stay with me until the very end, because our game-changing revelation, number A, is the exact strategy that most people are too afraid to try, yet it yields the most incredible results for longevity and fat loss. It is the missing piece of the puzzle. But before we dive in, if you are ready to reclaim your health and understand the science of your body, please hit that subscribe button to join our community. Also, a quick, important reminder. All the information shared today is for educational purposes. Everyone's health situation is unique, so please consult your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, exercise, or fasting regimen, especially if you have pre-existing conditions or are on medication. Let's use this knowledge to have informed discussions with them. Now, let's unlock your body's potential. Let's begin with the basics and work our way up to the heavy hitters. Our first insight number 5, is what I like to call the Circadian Reset. This is the foundation. It is simply a 12-hour break from food. If you finish dinner at 7 p.m., you do not eat again until 7 a.m. This might sound simple, almost too simple, but it is where metabolic health begins. The challenge many of us face is that we have become chronic grazers. We eat late into the night, snacking while watching television or having that late-night treat. This keeps our insulin levels elevated when we should be winding down for sleep. When insulin is high, our body is in storage mode, not repair mode. This constant stream of energy prevents our body from ever entering the necessary rest and digest state. To truly grasp how this works, let's use an analogy. Imagine your body is like a busy restaurant kitchen. If the cooks are constantly cooking orders 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they never have time to scrub the floors, fix the broken stove, or take out the trash. Eventually, the kitchen becomes a disaster zone, and efficiency plummets. However, when you implement this 12-hour reset, it is like closing the restaurant at night. You give the cleaning crew, your body's internal repair systems, the time they need to do their job. They can sweep up, organize, and prepare for the next day. This window matches your natural circadian rhythm perfectly. It improves your insulin signaling and helps you wake up feeling lighter and more refreshed. It resets your digestion and allows your gut lining to repair itself. Yet, here is the catch. While this is excellent for maintenance and digestion, studies show it stimulates minimal fat loss. It is a maintenance tool, not a transformation tool. It is a great place to live, but if you are looking to truly change your body composition, it is only the starting line. Now that we have our foundation established, let's move to the most popular method, which is also, ironically, where most people get stuck. Strategy number 4 is the daily standard trap, often called the 16-8 method. You fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. For example, you might skip breakfast and eat only from noon to 8 p.m. The dilemma here is interesting. This method is fantastic for activating fat oxidation, which is just a fancy word for fat burning. It improves insulin sensitivity and works incredibly well in the short term. It is a great entry point for beginners and can yield quick initial results. However, and this is a significant consideration for our age group, doing this every single day for a long period can actually backfire. Why? Because the body is an adaptation machine. Its primary goal is survival and homeostasis. If you do the exact same thing every day, your body eventually says, "Okay, this is my new normal," and it adapts to conserve energy. Think of it like driving a car on the highway. If you set the cruise control to 55 miles per hour, your engine eventually settles into a steady, low hum. It stops working hard. It becomes incredibly efficient at using fuel. In the same way, chronic daily fasting can lead to a cortisol adaptation. Your body might perceive the constant, repetitive lack of food as a low-grade stress. Consequently, your cortisol levels can creep up. And as we know, cortisol is the stress hormone that loves to store fat right on the belly to protect the organs. So, while strategy number 4 is a powerful tool, it is not necessarily the best long-term strategy if done blindly every single day without variation. It can lead to a metabolic plateau where you are eating less but not losing any more weight. It works until it doesn't, and we need to know how to vary it to keep the results coming. If the 16-hour fast is where people stall, this next level is where the magic of anti-aging begins. Secret entries is the Youth Hormone Surge, or the 24-hour fast. This is sometimes known as 1 meal a day, or OMAD. You go from dinner to dinner, or lunch to lunch, eating just one substantial meal in that 24-hour cycle. The concern here is often muscle loss or starvation. Many seniors worry that going a full day without food will weaken them or cause them to wither away. But the science tells us something fascinatingly different. When you reach the 24-hour mark, your body isn't eating its own muscle. It is actually trying to protect it. Researchers have seen a significant drop in insulin, which is great, but the real star of the show is growth hormone. In fact, studies have shown a massive spike in growth hormone, up to 2,000% in men and 1,300% in women at this 24-hour mark. Why does this matter? Growth hormone is your body's anti-aging, fat-burning, muscle-preserving serum. It is the fountain of youth flowing through your veins. It protects your lean muscle mass while signaling the body to burn fat for fuel. Adaptation. This is where autophagy really kicks in. Autophagy is a cellular cleanup process. To visualize this, imagine Pac-Man going inside your cells. These little Pac-Man eat up the junk, the broken proteins, and the dysfunctional parts of your cells, clearing them out so your body can run more efficiently. This process recycles old, damaged cell parts into new, healthy ones. Therefore, utilizing a strategic 24-hour fast doesn't starve you. It rejuvenates you. It triggers a level of repair that a 12 or 16-hour fast simply cannot touch. However, just like exercise, you need to recover from it. You wouldn't run a marathon every day, and you shouldn't do a 24-hour fast every day either. It is a tool to be used wisely, perhaps once a week, to spike those hormones and clean the cells without stressing the body into a permanent survival mode. Before we get to our number 1 revelation, we have to discuss the fuel that makes all of this possible. This is the safety key that prevents you from feeling dizzy, weak, or anxious. Essential habit number 2 is the hidden fuel requirement, which centers on minerals and protein. This is perhaps the most critical insight for safety and sustainability. The biggest mistake people make isn't fasting too much. It is undernourishing when they do eat. The issue is twofold. First, when you fast, you lose fluids. As insulin drops, your kidneys release water, and with those fluids, you flush out essential electrolytes and minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. If you have ever felt shaky, developed a headache, or felt brain fog during a fast, it is likely not low blood sugar. It is a mineral deficiency. Second, if you do not eat enough protein on your eating days, your body thinks it is in a famine. It will hold on to fat to survive, and may start breaking down muscle tissue for energy. Let's use a construction analogy here. Imagine you are renovating a house that is your body. Fasting is the demolition crew clearing out the old, rotten wood. That is the autophagy we discussed. But if you do not bring in new bricks and mortar, that is the protein and minerals, to rebuild, you are just left with a hollow shell. You cannot rebuild a strong body on an empty lot. We also have to face the reality that modern soil is depleted. Our food simply does not contain the same trace minerals it did 50 years ago. So, most of us enter a fast already running on empty. Therefore, to succeed, you must focus on high-quality minerals. Specifically, fulvic and humic minerals are wonderful because they help transport nutrients right into the cells. They act like little delivery trucks, ensuring the minerals get exactly where they need to go. And you must prioritize protein. On the days you are not fasting, you need to feast on high-quality protein to support your muscle mass, which is your longevity organ. This hidden fuel is what makes the difference between a fast that drains you and a fast that heals you. And now, we arrive at the answer to the plateau. This is the strategy that shocked researchers with its ability to aggressively melt visceral fat. Game-changing revelation number 1 is the metabolic switch, also known as the strategic 36-hour fast. It sounds intense, I know. It is essentially going 1 full day and 2 nights without food. For example, stopping eating at 7 p.m. on Sunday and not eating again until 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Why is this the winner? Because at the 36-hour mark, something profound happens. Deep Ketosis. We need to understand that keto isn't just a diet. It is a metabolic process. When you push past the 24-hour mark, your body runs out of sugar stores completely. It has no choice but to unlock the freezer, your stored body fat. Your liver, which acts like the ultimate multitasker for your body, takes those fatty acids and turns them into ketones. Think of ketones as super fuel for your brain and body. They signal your mitochondria, the little battery packs in your cells, to reproduce and burn energy more efficiently. This is where the fat loss data becomes undeniable. It is not just maintenance, it is a deep clean. But, and this is the secret sauce, the power comes from using this strategically. You do not do this every day. You might do this once a week or a few times a month. This prevents that cortisol adaptation we talked about earlier. So, here is a protocol you could consider. Let us call it the advanced option for those of you feeling stuck. You complete a 36-hour fast once a week. On the other 6 days, you eat normally, focusing on that high protein intake we discussed. This creates metabolic contrast. You are keeping your body guessing. One day it is cleaning house, fasting. The next day it is building muscle, feasting. This contrast is what keeps your metabolism high and your belly fat low. It tells your body, we are not starving. We are thriving. It is the ultimate tool for breaking through the wall that 16-hour fasting can hit. It shocks the system in the best way possible, forcing it to burn the stubborn fat it has been holding on to for years. And there you have it, our game-changing revelation number 1. It might seem challenging at first, but as we have explored, the impact it can have on your metabolic health is truly remarkable, which is why we built up to it as our grand reveal. So, we have covered a lot of ground today. We started with the gentle circadian reset of 12 hours, moved through the daily standard of 16 hours, unlocked the youth hormone surge at 24 hours, emphasized the vital hidden fuel of minerals and protein, and finally arrived at the metabolic switch of the 36-hour fast. Each one is a stepping stone to a more vibrant, healthier you. Which of these insights, perhaps it was our foundational circadian reset, or maybe the eye-opening youth hormone surge, or even our ultimate game-changer number 1, resonated with you the most? Which one are you thinking of trying first? I would love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments below. If you found this journey through these health discoveries valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others find our community. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more powerful strategies tailored for our fantastic group of healthy seniors. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep thriving.